From fire to AI, technology has always reshaped parenting. So let's travel through time from Stone Age to the AI age. Today's parents also feel like survival coaches, sometimes teaching kids how to survive bullying, social media, peer pressure, and a lot more. Technology stopped being just a tool and started becoming a parent. But here's the truth: AI can never hug them. AI cannot wipe their tears. AI cannot teach them empathy. Are we shaping our children, or are gadgets now shaping them? So, what to do as conscious parents? Tools were never the essence of parenting, the essence was always parenting through technology eras. From fire to AI, technology has always reshaped parenting. But the real question is this: are we shaping our children, or are gadgets now shaping them? Parents across times have always had tools, but today, those tools sometimes feel more powerful than us. We scroll, we swipe, we automate, and in the middle of all of this, children are absorbing silently. So let's travel through time from Stone Age to the AI age and uncover how every era redefined parenting and what lessons we can bring back to today. The Stone Age, the survival parents. Imagine being a parent in the Stone Age. There were no books, no schools, no bedtime stories. Parenting meant survival. Every lesson was urgent and practical. Parents taught their children how to light fire so they wouldn't freeze, how to hunt so that they wouldn't starve, and how to spot danger in the wild so that they wouldn't die. The bond was physical, direct, and instinctive. A father's hand guiding the spear, a mother's eyes warning of a predator in the shadow. Parenting was not about exams or grades, it was about living just another day. The lessons here was raw. Parents were protectors first, but even in this harsh reality, love was at the core. They didn't just raise hunters, they raised human beings who knew how to stay alive together. And isn't this interesting? Today's parents also feel like survival coaches, sometimes teaching kids how to survive bullying, social media, peer pressure, and a lot more. The tools have changed, but the essence remains. Parents protect, guide, and prepare. And now follows another era, the printing press era. Centuries later, the printing press arrived, and with it, books. For the first time, knowledge wasn't just for kings and monks, it was for families, for ordinary children, for future dreamers. Parents could hand their child a book and say, read, learn, and grow. Imagine a father in the 1500s proudly gifting his son a holy text, or a mother treasuring a single story book like it was of gold. In many homes, books were passed down like sacred inheritance. Knowledge became power, and parents became transmitters of that power. But here's the twist: conscious parenting teaches us that knowledge is not just information, it's transformation. Just because a child reads 1,000 books doesn't mean they're wise. It's about whether those words shape their decisions, their values, and their heart. Today, when kids Google every answer in 2 seconds, our challenge as parents is not to give them more information. It's to help them turn information into understanding, to remind them that wisdom is not just data, it's what changes life. And more than that, it's parents' duty to nurture kids in a way that they use their own mind, use their own brains in a way that they are more productive. And then comes the next segment, the segment of industrial revolution. Now came the factories, the machines, the industrial revolution. Life became ruled by the clock. Parents suddenly shifted from teaching survival or scriptures to teaching order. Wake up at 6, school at 8, homework at 5, dinner at 7, lights off at 9. Children were trained to move with the rhythm of the factory bell. Schools too began to look like mini factories, rows of children, strict timetables, whistles, and uniforms. The era's silent motto was simple: the clock is the parent. But look at today. So much has flipped. Kids sleep at midnight, wake up late, eat whatever they feel like, and study in between distractions. The structure that once kept society together is fading now. Conscious parenting in this era means not forcing robotic discipline but reviving healthy rhythms. Bedtimes that honor rest, meal times that honor family bonding, study hours that honor focus. Because discipline is not about controlling children, it's about creating a rhythm that helps them flourish. And next came the internet revolution, information explosion. Fast forward to the 90s and 2000s. The internet entered our homes. Parents proudly introduced their kids to computers, to TVs, to mobiles, to phones. A whole new world opened. I still remember how many parents felt so proud when the child could type on a computer or surf the internet faster than them. It felt like progress, like an opportunity. But slowly, the roles flipped. Technology stopped being just a tool and started becoming a parent. Today, many children spend more hours with smartphones than with their own mothers and fathers. A child's real best friend isn't their sibling. A child's real best friend isn't their sibling. It's YouTube or a gaming console. So, what to do as conscious parents? We don't panic. We don't ban. We guide. We filter. We teach our kids to use technology as a ladder, not a prison. We say, yes, use it, but use it mindfully. Don't let the device become your identity. Because if we don't step in, the internet will raise our kids faster than we ever can. And now comes the AI era. Conscious parenting for humanity. Children today are growing up with Alexa, Siri, ChatGPT, and robots as companions. Imagine this: a child saying, Alexa, tell me a bedtime story, instead of asking their mom, or a little one pouring their heart out to an AI friend instead of their father. AI can tutor your child in math, correct their essays, and even talk to them when you're busy or not available. But here's the truth: AI can never hug them. AI cannot wipe their tears. AI cannot teach them empathy. This is conscious challenge of our time, teaching values, compassion, and creativity so our children remain humans in a robotic world. Yes, of course, let them use AI, let them explore, but let them also touch soil, play with real friends, argue, laugh, cry, and fail. Because machines can answer questions, but only parents can answer hearts. Machines can help children think, but only parents can help children feel. That's the difference. So here's the truth: every era had its tools: fire, books, clocks, computers, AI. But tools were never the essence of parenting. The essence was always love, presence, and wisdom. Children don't remember the gadgets you gave them. They remember the stories you told them. They don't remember the apps you downloaded. They remember the moments you sat down, looked into their eyes, and said, I am here. From the Stone Age to the AI age, conscious parenting has always been about that thing, which is being human first, tech users second. Now I want to ask you something deeply personal. How are you balancing technology and humanity in your home? Share it in the comments, because your one idea may save another parent from losing their child to the digital storm. Because remember this: technology can raise smart children, but only you can raise wise ones. And wisdom is what will matter the most in future. This is Dr. Monica Singh signing off for now, and I'll see you in another powerful video next week at the same platform. Until then, goodbye.